Okay, picture this. Your team has a deadline for a huge project and a demanding stakeholder. Awkward. I know. Your team? A bunch of randoms who haven't spoken a word to each other all year. This, my friends, is the perfect recipe for a dysfunctional team. Think of a movie drama. There's always that one scene where everything goes wrong. People don't show up, ideas clash, and someone ends up crying. Dysfunctional teams are kind of like that, except maybe with fewer tears, hopefully. They're like mismatched socks, totally clashing and not working together. It's awkward, unproductive, and everyone secretly wishes they were doing literally anything else. Trust me, you'd rather be binge-watching your favorite show than stuck in a dysfunctional team meeting. So how can you tell if your team is actually dysfunctional or just having a bad day? Well, there are some telltale signs. First off, nobody trusts each other. Everyone's walking on eggshells, afraid to share their ideas or challenge the status quo. Communication? What communication? Nobody wants to rock the boat, so they just keep their mouths shut. And when they do talk, it's all passive-aggressive comments and snide remarks. The worst part? Nobody takes responsibility for anything. It's always someone else's fault. Finger-pointing becomes the national sport of dysfunctional teams. Now, let's talk about the emotional roller coaster that comes with being in a dysfunctional team. Remember that feeling of dread you get before a big presentation? Imagine feeling that way every single time you have to interact with your team. People start to feel resentful, like they're carrying the weight of the world, or at least the weight of the project, on their shoulders. Morale hits an all-time low, and suddenly even the thought of free pizza can't cheer anyone up. It's like everyone's stuck in a bad mood and nobody knows how to escape. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife or a really passive-aggressive email. Crash and burn, the price of dysfunction. Listen up, people, because this is important. Dysfunctional teams don't just lead to bad vibes, they can seriously mess things up. When nobody trusts each other, they don't share information or collaborate effectively. Missed deadlines? Check. Subpar work? Check. Total project failure? You bet! It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck. Except you're on the train and everyone's arguing about who forgot to fill up the gas tank. And it's not just the project that suffers. Team members burn out, morale plummets, and everyone starts looking for an escape route, or at least a new team. Don't worry, guys, there's hope. This is where Patrick Lencioni comes in, like the superhero of teamwork. He wrote this awesome book called The Five Dysfunctions of a Team, and it's basically a step-by-step guide to fixing all the drama. First, you gotta build trust. Be vulnerable, share your thoughts and feelings, within reason of course, and listen to each other. Next up, tackle those communication breakdowns. Speak up, share your ideas, and don't be afraid to disagree respectfully. Once you've got that covered, it's time to get everyone on the same page about goals and priorities. Make sure everyone knows what they're working towards and how their individual roles contribute to the bigger picture. Accountability is key, people. Hold each other responsible for meeting deadlines and producing quality work. And finally, focus on the results. Celebrate successes together and learn from your mistakes. Teamwork makes the dream work, the happy ending. Okay, so you've read Lencioni's book, you've done the work, and now what? Well, get ready for a team transformation. Trust starts to blossom like a delicate flower, or maybe a really cool cactus. Communication becomes an open dialogue, not a passive-aggressive minefield. People actually start looking forward to team meetings. Gasp. They share ideas freely, knowing they'll be heard and respected. And when things do get tough, because let's face it, they sometimes will, they know how to work through it together. The best part? The work actually gets done, and it's amazing. Deadlines are met, projects are successful, and everyone feels proud to be a part of the team. It's like that feeling you get when your favorite character finally gets their happy ending.